sumo. Money doubles up like a duo. I just want the yen and the euro. The game up and leave my kids like judo. Money come around like a Hoover. Making free bands in the future. Pockets on the look super. Bills will be blue slot Cooper. Money on my mind just like a tumor. Spread my money out and then I call that a rumor. Curry the is on the move, no Uber. People try to block it, shine like lunar. Eclipse when I take all my chips. When I pop off the like hummus, C-dip. Echo back with the flip. Money flow like a battleship. Diddy the new. Deal of a new. Giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be ET? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pocket too big, Rakisha. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her, no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? When I look at my snaps, I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Lucky 56. Hey.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Mayfield now on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Right back to him on first down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for James Conner, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Off the play fake, here's Roethlisberger into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
And the shuffle pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Take 2 of them.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. That's taken on the 25. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, nice move. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground with Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. But they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Now, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again to Elliott. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Double. These two. Side. Black 20. Takes both of them. Check.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Set. Black 20. Got four down. Heat, these two. Hey, check 24. Watch.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
These two. Side.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
White 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Focus, focus. Who's 30?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
These two.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
These two.
They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Such an electric play. So much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set. Look, 80.
Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tight end right. Set. 180.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sean Lee. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Set. Black 20. 24.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Watch it now, Barney.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Middle.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth. And now Roethlisberger signals for a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, third quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield now from the 50. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Gone!
Mayfield on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are pouring it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Focus, focus. Set. White 80. Takes both of them.
On play action, they'll throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Browns continue to roll. Lambeau on for the extra point. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, it's Cam Sutton. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, 4 down. Set! Black 20. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Heat these two.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
44. Set. Blue 30.
Now Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The give is to Elliott. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on second and goal. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Kings. That, like 80.
They start with a give to counter. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Steelers on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
That, like 20. Snickers, 66.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big gain of 31 on third down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
These two. Set, like 20.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Focus. Set, 180.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Past the 20, and he finds McDonald. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready? Blue 30. Tight dog, 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Focus. Takes 2 of them. Set!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Set! White 80. Snickers, 66. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 8. 56. The mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. 22, 44.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You got 3. Set! Blue 30! Check 13! Check 13! Back!
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. So 3rd down becomes even harder. Now it's going to go back 5 to 3rd and 15. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.
Track how G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad look, got no. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'm gonna make